What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, then make sure you hit subscribe, because pretty much every day I do a video detailing a stock alert service or an options trading service or even some investment services. I check them out, I join, I make sure they're good, and then I let you guys know what I found. So if you're new, subscribe. But let's get started with today's video. So today I want to talk about the return of RagingBull.com. So if you're not familiar with them, give them a Google, check them out. I'm in no way compensated for this video. I don't think Raging Bull can even pay employees at the moment, never mind pay some tiny little YouTuber like me to do videos on them. So that's just, people always accuse me of being some paid shill for all these services. I just want to make that clear. Raging Bull is not paying me, and I doubt they'll ever pay me for this type of stuff. So going forward, I want to say that Jeff Bishop has been one of my favorite traders over the last year. He's recently got into some bother with the FTC for crazy advertising, so they've always been pretty aggressive with their advertising, and a couple of people sort of teamed up to report them to authorities and things, and it resulted last December in RagingBull.com getting shut down temporarily by the Federal Trade Commission. So that seems to be behind them, at least for the most part. They've reopened in the last couple of weeks and started up many of their services. Some of their services seem to have taken a bit of a hit in that they're not allowed to issue real-time alerts anymore. But one that survived is Jeff Bishop's service called Bullseye Trades. And it's an options trading service, although you can trade the underlying stock if that's more of your thing. But I've been trading this service for about a year, and a lot of the friends and people that I know in my Facebook group have also been trading it, and it's just phenomenal for a day trade. So it's a very low cost service. It's just, it almost is, probably 90% win rate is usually, what I found. So if you don't believe me, come and join the Facebook group, which is full of members of Bullseye Trades. Here's a poll that I did recently: Jeff Bishop Bullseye Trades, have you been profitable with the service? And 28 people said yes. 2 people said no. Nobody called it a scam, which I think is kind of interesting. But the service is a few $100 for a year. I'm not sure how that's going to go now that they've reopened with the whole FTC thing, but it's one of my favorite services. Quick overview of Jeff Bishop. He is a veteran trader, been trading for about 20 years. He runs RagingBull.com alongside Jason Bond. And there's a lot of fluff around his marketing, like he talks about being Mensa and stuff, and this is kind of the thing that they've gone to a bit of bother with. But the Bullseye trade ideas are solid, and let me show you the 3 that have already been issued since Raging Bull opened just 3 weeks ago. So let's have a look. Go into the Raging Bull dashboard. Here is Jeff Bishop Bullseye Trades. So we'll start with the furthest out one. So they opened 3 weeks ago. It's the end of May almost, and this was the start of May. He brought this out on pre-market, I think, and it was CHWI or Chewy. So I opened up Chewy, and they weren't off to a great start because this was the open. Chewy just went down all day from 78 to 74. So this is a bit disappointing, but every once in a while before you'd see this happen, and I think as long as you cut your loss pretty quickly, you'd expect potentially here. So if it breaks this line of support, then that would be your key to exit. So luckily I didn't actually trade this one, and I think the people that did were probably kind of disgruntled by it straight off the bat. Not a good thing considering how many subscribers feel like they've been cheated out of several months of service since the company was forced to basically halt business for 3 or 4 months. So it wasn't a great start. However, one thing I did want to point out is this is kind of the style of the email that you get. So he's now doing a bit more education stuff, so he's talking about how he finds these stocks, and he always did a little bit, but they've expanded on their educational stuff since they got into this legal problems. So you can see he was talking about being a consolidation phase, and as far as I know, it never actually broke out and did what he hoped for. But losing trades are part of the business, and it wasn't huge. But one thing I want to dwell on a little bit here is there's so much negativity from the trolls and the haters about Raging Bull, the people that thought they could just come in and copy the alerts and things. I want to just go through some of these comments. Now, I watched these comments coming in. They're not like moderated or like cherry picked by the moderators at all. So you can see that a lot of people are very, supportive. So look at this one. I agree with this guy. Welcome back. Let's watch Prevailing Wind, Prove Your Worth in Ethics. So glad you're back and freed of scandalous BS. And in the video that I did about this lawsuit, and I'm planning to do a few more in the future, I pretty much outlined some of the things that went on behind the scenes with this FTC lawsuit and the vendetta that was really driving it. So that's not the focus of this video though, so let me just continue here a little bit with the Bullseye comments. So everybody saying welcome back, so glad to see you, welcome back. And the star of Raging Bull, thanks for your support. There's probably more people saying welcome back, it's great to see you, you're the best kind of thing, than all the negative testimonials combined, maybe times 5, that the lawsuit stated from the cherry-picked ones. So I think it's really fair to see the happy subscribers, not just the ones who thought that they could sign up and make a ton of money without any effort, that then filed negative testimonials that triggered a lot of these issues that Raging Bull's having. So yeah, so there's just tons of stuff. Let's get on with some of the other trades though. Let's see if I can get back to the start. So let's go Bullseye Trades, weekly updates. And then this is where it started to get good. So the next week he alerted, stupid order, but Chewy IBM, right? So let's have a look at IBM. So IBM, for this week I'm choosing IBM. Why did I do this? It's not my first choice, blah blah blah. So you talked about it a bit. It's down here. So he uses the 13 hourly and the 30 and the 200 MAs. He talks about that a lot. I'm not going to go into exactly what he uses. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Triple top breakout stuff, and then I said, buying these calls, IBM May 21st calls. And then look what happened if you'd bought pre-market on IBM. So yeah, this comes out pre-market. So, I'll often buy the stock rather than an option, but I'll do it pre-market. And then just straight up for the first 2 hours of the day. So what my friends and I found is if it goes up like that in the first couple hours, don't even bother swing trading it, just take your profits. And this one was a massive 100 and something % profit on the options, but only a few % on the stock if you'd bought the $146 stock. But with the options buying at the open, you get this massive move up as the volatility also is high on a Monday morning as these stocks move up hard. So that was exactly what would happen last year before they were closed down. So there's like no change in the price action from Bullseye Trades. So the last one just this week was, let's see, if we can just hit back here and it goes back, here we go, was BTU, and that was another monster winner. So here's BTU alert, came out on the 17th, it's the 22nd at the moment. It's just a basic bull flag pattern, talks about the different moving averages, blah blah blah. Not super relevant if you're day trading it like the way that I do and a lot of people in my group do. So again, calls, blah blah blah. And then if you look at the chart for BTU, again, get in early morning and just a run up all day. And this went from a low of 5.9 up to 6.6 in a few hours. So that was like a 400% winner on the options contracts, which is just phenomenal. So it looks like Bullseye's back, and it's going to be a steady Monday morning winner. It's 2 out of 3. The winners are way outweighing the one losing trade, which was Chewy. This is in a horrible market where most people are blowing up their accounts or losing a lot of money. So this is definitely a staple that's going on my to-do list every Monday morning if I can make it. And I think it's something that you definitely want to have on your radar if this type of like set time Monday morning options trade is like day trade is what you're interested in, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you read a lot about this company, Raging Bull, you'll see that everybody, all these haters are saying it's a scam, but it's not, from my experience, and I've been a member for about 5 years. So check it out. I think you'll find that this is a very steady profit maker. I don't recommend holding these trades for very long, because you usually get a really good strong move first thing on the Monday morning. You can always buy back if it pulls back and you look at the charts and decide that it's also, that you agree with the due diligence that Jeff does. If not, you can just take your Monday morning profits and run. So I hope that's useful, and make sure you subscribe if you want to get more content like this. I do all these different reviews, and I also do some tips and tricks as well. I'm going to expand this channel out to actually look at more money making ways, like different investments you can do outside of stocks. So I hope that'll be something exciting for you guys. Alright, until next time, thanks again for listening.